again, buddy. This is John for MTG Nexus coming at you with a modern donation league from Anthony Zolman. This is Mardu Ratblade. In some ways, kind of akin to the Abzian Stoneblade deck that we played last night, but a little bit different in what it's trying to execute. It's a little bit more aggressive in what it's trying to accomplish. Beyond that, it is a little bit more of a cheeky version of the deck. It is a version that is leaning on Pack Rat more of a... Oh, come on. Leaning on Pack Rat here, as well as Stoneforge Mystic and Kroxa. So we have a little bit more play out of our graveyards, as opposed to some of the other versions that we were playing last night. Was a little bit more Tarmogoyf and beatdown heavy. So that is one advantage to what this version has going on to it. The other advantage is obviously a little bit better removal with the move to red. You have access to Lightning Bolt in addition to Path to Exile here. You could easily run Fatal Push, but this is the deck we were requested to play, so we'll wait to see how Path to Exile functions in comparison to something like Fatal Push in some spots. 3-3 split on the Inquisition Thoughtseize, as opposed to last night we were playing a little bit more of the 4-2 split, which you would see out of Jund. 1 copy of Unearth to rebuy your Stoneforge Mystics, your Pack Rats, your Kroxas, 2 copies of Dreadbore, a pretty good removal spell that I don't know sees enough play. Some people obviously run Terminate, Eliminate, etc. Dreadbore is a little bit more flexible at the cost of being a sorcery speed thing, although you're not playing a lot of instant speed things in this deck anyway. And then you have some Lingering Souls, which gets arbitrary value with Pack Rat and Liliana of the Veil. 2 copies of Kulagon's Command to rebuy your threats, as well as have a Shatter and Shock effect. Sword of Fire and Ice, that's what Anthony thinks is the best equipment for this style of deck too, in addition to Batterskull. So, and then land base, you have a couple copies of Shambling Vents, 1 Silent Clearing, and some Blackcleave Cliffs, along with some fetches and some shocks. Sideboard, a lot of heavy hitters here. Blood Moon, card's pretty good in the format. Copy of Damnation, 2 copies of Anger of the Gods. Any type of creature-based matchups, that's pretty good. Chandra, when you get into attrition matchups. Kemble is pretty good against the control decks, as well as pretty good against any type of combo. Also good against things like Burn. They're trying to cast a lot of spells, as well as Prowess. Kaya's Guile is a somewhat clunky, expensive, but yet very powerful, flexible card that does a lot of different modes. You'll be bringing that in different spots. Wear Terror when you need to blow up artifacts or enchantments, and then Ashiok. This card's an all-star in a lot of the grindy, long, mid-range matchups. So that said, I need to relook up the sideboard guide as we get rolling here. I'd accidentally closed my browser, so I'm like trying to recover here from everything. Like, I had everything set up, and then, oh, I closed everything. Good job. Good job, good job, good job, eh? But as I said, if we have time tonight, we will be trying to move on to Foz's Mono-Red Arclight Phoenix deck in Legacy. So, that said, we are going to get rolling here in a sec, so I get this out on the Twitters. But deck looks sweet. It's a little bit different of the version of the deck that we played last night. It's a little bit more, I think, controlling in some regards, a little bit more aggressive in others. Kind of a Pack Rat. If those of you that haven't played with Pack Rat, it is a interesting card to play with. It really puts the onus on the opponent to hit the cards they want to hit. Quickly, as far as removal spells, because once you make another copy, you have to have 2 removal spells, and beyond that, if they don't have an answer right away, they just die really, really quickly. It was an all-star of its limited format. It was an all-star of the standard format it was in Mono Black Devotion. It was also pretty good in some other decks that played it here and there. It has never been a fixture of Legacy, but it certainly isn't the worst card that you can be playing in that slot either. So, and yep, let's get this league rolling here, shall we? Had a bit of a later start tonight because I was trying to get a lot of stuff set up. Somebody asked me to get the Twitch stream or the stream set up to where you can see the stream chat if anybody happens to be chatting. So adds a little bit of one lander. Don't think we can keep his hand, unfortunately, on the draw or on the play. This hand's a lot more sustainable. Put back Shambling Vent here because it's the awkward card in this hand. And we're gonna rat them out, so to speak. And it looks like we're up against Jund, most likely. So I think we Inquisition their Inquisition, and then just go on the rat plan. Can they deal with the rats before the rats take over? Golgon's Command's a pretty decent one here. Probably grab what, Sacred Founder here. Pack rat and go. Did our opponent draw an answer? Apparently the answer to that is no. Renin 6. Well, that's an answer, I suppose. Pretty good top deck from our opponent. Is likewise an interesting card here. Blood Crypt. Turn target creature from the graveyard. Deal with Renin 6. With this, yeah, it's a card. Alright, so we're going to be hard-pressed to return Kroxa next turn, but still think we go ahead and play this out. Now let's decide what they're going to discard. Discard Barrenmore. Should I get another card we didn't know about? Maybe it was a mistake here. Maybe we should have discarded that pack rat at the end of turn and then escaped it back. Yep, rat's just not good enough here. Well, perhaps I was too aggressive with my life total here, but Now we get to play in Flashback Souls, but then we're just in trouble between Tarmogoyf and Klothys, unfortunately. Cloudon's command here. We're forced to jump block. What would be our best draw, like? Batterskull? He's got one card in hand. Alright, so we're up against Jund. How does he recommend we board against Jund? Black, green, X, and Mardu. Wants us to bring in 3 Blood Moons. Chandra, a Damnation, and 2 Guiles. 4 lower discard spells. Which does make sense. I do like cutting discard spells in these grindy matchups. And 2 cut the Brutality is the other cut. Again, seems to make sense. You're cutting or discard spells for more high impact spells. Maybe I was a little too all in on the rat family there, but let's see how this goes. I think this hand's fine. Not the greatest, but it's fine. What you got here, friend? Polygon makes the most sense. Let's go and play that. Plan on fetching a red source here, most likely a Sacred Foundry, I would guess. So we drew the basic swamp. Blood Crypt. Not sure either one particularly matters. Black Cleave Glyphs. Pass turn. Nothing else really to do here. We'll grab Batter Skull here. I have a feeling this is just gonna die. Maybe I should have gotten Sacred Foundry, although to be fair, we didn't know we were drawing whatchamacallit here either. Hey, it's a Bloodbraid Elf. Into a Renin Thicth. So I actually made a mistake here. I should have bolted Renin 6 before I did what I did, because if I would have bolted Renin 6 here before the Bloodbraid Elf resolved, they would not have actually gotten to activate their Planeswalker. So the deck bailed us out. Opponent discards a card, do this. Leave up the Stoneforge Mystic activation. And pass turn. Another Bloodbraid Elf. Collective Brutality. Choose -2/-2. Not much, War Dog. How you doing? Mr. Sorcery, target creature gets -2/-2. So unfortunately we have to activate Stoneforge in response. They're probably going to take Damnation here, would be my guess. Damnation or Path, either one's fine. It's been a long day. Been a very, very long day. I worked a full shift. Had some drama earlier. Had to kibosh that. So the story that we were talking about last night, I ended up having to ban that person, unfortunately. So and this is a donation deck list. And I think we're just going to get junded into the ground. Tarmogoyf. Scoos. Sure, we flash this back before they get priority. Go through the turn. Oh, come on! Just when it looked like we might have a chance. Nah, they got the Plague Man. Abzan Mardu. To be fair, the last god, Abzan was a direct result, or Mardu was a direct result of a donation deck list. So, I'm sorry you had such a rough date, War Dog. One, two, three. Yep, we have to crack this. Hope we get a little lucky, but I think we're dead here. Yeah, unfortunate. Well, this was a complete coincidence based on the fact that me putting up Abzan Stoneblade led to one of my YouTube viewers wanting his Mardu Stoneblade. Deck played, so Anthony Zolman, thank you for the donation. And that chat is not showing up particularly well, is it? I'm going to have to try to work on that somehow. Streamlabs. Trying to work on way too much stuff at the same time. That's kind of all widgets. Guess I would like to play first. Thoughtseize in the pack rat. Let's go! Sometimes it does not. But Mr. Zolman is high on the rat, so it's certainly possible it's not. I was not particularly impressed with Liliana last night against the control decks even, which used to be one of historically her best matchups. I think she's just a Edict effect with upside anymore, really. What are we up against? Really? Okay, so if I seem to be drawing doubles lately. I think we take the run-in 6 and let them Inquisition whatever they wish to Inquisition. Most likely the Liliana, maybe that'll leave Pack Rat unfettered. They took Pack Rat. Am I underestimating the rat? I mean, it is the Chinese zodiac under which I am born. The year of the rat. Oh no, they just drew another discard spell, that's why. If you were tracking my hand, you knew that was going to be a blank, friend. Flood. Awkward. Gonna play out the rat here, although it might actually be incorrect. It's possible I was supposed to wait till turn 5. Never mind, they just had Bloodbraid Elf every game. Right, it's the only reason you use Shotgun right there is to play Bloodbraid Elf. Yep. Always the last card. Ashashin Trophy. Sure. So we're going to take a massive hit here. And like it. So if they draw a removal spell, we're dead next turn. Batterskull does whatever the Batterskull does. The attack with just Goyf, we're in kind of a weird spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you draw Liliana on top? Yep, you did. Why when I play Jund do I never get like draws like that? Alright, we bring in the hammer package. Bring in these guys, bring in these guys, bring in Chandra, bring in this. Once again, this is a Donate League, so I'm following Mr. Zolman's sideboard guide. Hopefully to better results than we had last time. 7 viewers already hanging out. I am so glad to see everybody tonight. How are you doing? Now, fair deck, it usually needs to have something like Fallen Shinobi, Bloodbraid Elf, Coco. Something big on the 4 slot to give you 24. I think this hand's fine. It's not exciting. You're going to play this and get a white source most likely. Godless Shrine? Yeah, feels like a Godless Shrine turn. Let's grab a swamp here. Do I put them to the Stoneforge test? I feel like I do. Grab the Batterskull. Sure. I guess not playing the black source last turn was, or red source was a little awkward last turn, because now we can't do the stuff. Most mana efficient turn here is Lingering Souls or hold up Kulagon's Command. So I guess we just play Souls here. See if they have a Plague Man. At least if they have a Plague Man, they only get the front half of our Souls this time. Tarmogoyf, sure. They kept a 2-lander. Croxa. Discard another Tarmogoyf. Okay. Yeah, Croxa definitely is a very powerful thing, and it has nice synergies with both the Running Thixth. Yep, I've got a Running Thixth. They're going to ping down a token. Well, to be fair, a lot of things look like a popper card compared to Uro. No blocks. I'm not sure why you shocked in here. I'm not sure I particularly care right now. It's a pretty good one to have here. So do I take a card from their hand, or do I just rebuy one of mine? Rebuy Stoneforge. I can buy that for $1. Turn target creature. Hold up Path to Exile here. Okay. Bloodbraid Elf. Bloodbraid Elf. Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, come on! Oh, Jiminy. Yeah, we seem to have run into the Vegas house the last couple of nights with our opponents, how well they're hitting off things. So I could bring back Croxa, hold up Bolt. I could Stoneforge plus Lingering Souls. I think I'm just going to... Actually, because I don't have double... Stoneforge Lingering. Yeah. Seems like a pretty reasonable line overall. Jund is just such a powerful pile of cards anymore. Looks like a Liliana. Clothis. Clothis does add some urgency to the party. I think I just jump here. Yeah, that's... I don't know that we want to be... Kind of rough, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I think Spirits is more important than Croxa right now. I think we're actually very happy with them ticking up on Liliana. Decisions here. See if we can shrink their Goyf. Now they gotta eat something out of their own yard if they want something useful. Hmm. My 10/10 lifelinker says hello. I don't think we care about Liliana here. Those tokens don't do you any good, friend. Neither does that! Okay, never mind. I thought I had a sword attached to it. I do not. I don't think Liliana's relevant here. Like, if we're worried about the ultimate, we can just send some spirits at her next turn. Like, I don't think she's relevant in the least right now. Like, she ticks up and gets a Crocs out of our hand. That's fine. I don't care. Yep. Just gonna leave Stoneforge Mystic up as a threat. Screws is pretty good here. So we can Chandra, kill the Scoos, equip a spirit, attack the player, draw a card, shoot Liliana. Do we stone? Well, no, I think maybe... That's probably the best bet. Let's draw another land. Still think we kill Scavenging News here. either way. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So okay, our opponent's making it much easier for us. What a game, what a game, what a game. Four, seven, nine. Yeah, I guess it was actually lethal, wasn't it? I wasn't even actually thinking that it was actually lethal. Sometimes I get caught up in game situations and forget that things aren't always lethal. Do I keep the 4-land Liliana hand here? Maybe? What do we think? Is this a, no? Okay. This hand's okay. We need to draw a land, obviously. Probably put back, what, Croxa here? I think we keep this hand back Croxa for now. I think I want Dreadbore, just to have more answers. Take my threat, okay. We draw in currently uncastable spell. Of course, you have another discard spell. Now you want to take Lingering Souls, right? Surprisingly, they take Liliana. So I could just give away information, but without any incentive here, it's just like, well... Yeah. See, that's always the debate with, like, the... Do you have a fetch land to go with it? They do not. Alright. I think we just go ahead and Dreadbore the Wren. Just to get it off the board. They got Spyro? Yep. Spyro's a hard one to fight through. I think we just cast the front side of Lingering Souls here. Blood Moon would obliterate them if we draw it. No blocks, good sir. No blocks. Would you like a Dreadbore or a Kaya's Guile? Alright, War Dog. Have a good night, man. Take Dreadbore. Interesting. So that does make a Tarmogoyf a little bit harder to answer, right? With one card in hand. I think I'm going to swing up one spirit here. Monster Impulse. It's too important. Hold on to our spirits here. So we're one away from Entwine. See if they're dumb enough to attack with all their creatures this turn. Problem is if they rip a land, then Spyro becomes a problem. Sacrifices a creature. So all cards from each opponent's graveyard. That's brutal. Kolgon's command response is brutal. Yep, and they're still going to get to cast Spyro underneath that, so we're still in some trouble. Need to hit like Batterskull next turn, maybe. Kologon's command was clutch, unfortunately. Be back in 1 sec. Gonna stretch some legs. Ugh. Once again, if you happen to like legacy action, after we finish this league, I'm going to start on a Red Prowess League in Legacy. So, I'm sure I'll make luck here before I switch back to... His hand is a mulligan, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3. His hand's a keep. Putting back. Cooldown's command, I guess. Kind of a tough one. Really? Did we seriously get Jun 3 times in a row? What is going on with these leagues? I swear I'm in the Twilight Zone. Oh, man. That's crazy, the last god. I know, but even think back to last night's stream. We played against 2 let's go ahead and Croxa here. I really don't want to expose a Stoneforge Mystic for no good reason into what's probably just removal. And we're still not sure if they're Jund or if they're Luris Prowess. I'm guessing Jund, but we still don't know for sure right now. That still could be either deck, but I'm learning more towards... No, they're not Luris Prowess. They don't have Luris. So, or are they the Skelementals deck? Mismatched. Wow. Okay. Okay. Why are they suddenly fetching now? A terrible draw from goblins? Must have, like, ringleader or something? Yeah, goblins was definitely not on the radar. This definitely feels like either a sling gang or a, Okay, sure. Stoneforge Mystic, Stoneforge Mystic. Tarfire, Tarfire. Okay. It's actually a legitimate question which equipment we get here. Do we get Batterskull or do we get Sword of Fire and Ice? Sword. Okay. Harbinger. Puts it on the top of their deck, right? Or as we can refer to it as Bad Mom. Oh yeah, I understand that killing the combo pieces is critical. Depending on what they grab here. If they grab like... Oh, they're going for the combo. Okay, they do realize we can combat them a little bit here, right? This doesn't... Does this stifle the trigger? I don't remember how these clauses work. Actually stifles the draw trigger. So maybe I should have... No, I don't think going after Sling Gang was correct. So we know they're drawing Snoop here. Another Harbinger on top. Black Cleave Cliffs. We draw Black Cleave Cliffs. Well, upticking really makes no sense here when I can just Inquisition the Harbinger away anyway and still get another thing off their board. I think just about all roads lead to Rome here at this point, because we know they're drawing a Black Cleave Cliffs this turn, so I'm pretty sure we have this game won any which way. Yeah, if that card didn't have summoning, that's why I question, like, having witnessed the power of the Haste Goblins and Mucus, whatever his name is, yeah, I can definitely say I'm quite impressed by the power of the haste that some of those things get. So recommends these in, the Thought Seizes out. Can't really see any other card that we'd want anyway. So seems like a reasonable sideboard plan. Bring in your sweepers, cut some of your discard spells, which can be kind of awkward in these matchups anyway, especially if they're leaving in their discard spells. Just glad that we're not playing against Jund again. Though they did really have a slow draw for what their deck was trying to do. Don't think we can keep the 5 lands. Whatchamacallit hand here? This game with 7 cards in hand. Morgan. This hand's fine. Feels like this is a put back Liliana hand. Just because Liliana on the draw feels like a really bad card. You have a discard spell, or you're just holding up a Starfire? Okay, you have a discard spell. Take one of my Stoneforge Mystics. Okay. Really, what, the last god? Liliana's fine. Oh, what they're doing? Maybe they can't beat a Batterskull? I don't know. I suspect they probably have a second discard spell anyway. Yep, that makes sense. And they're just going for the take our threats game plan. Because they don't want to deal with equipment. Especially since, don't forget, short-term memory of the sword dominated the game last game, so, you know. So where does everybody in chat stand on discard spells in a attrition mirror? You have a third one? No, Ether Vial, okay. Kulagon's command would be like chef's kiss here. Kulagon's command, blow up your Ether Vial, make you discard a card. Be like extremely awesome. You have a Mom or you have a Harbinger? Harbinger. Actually, Undia, yield their turn. What do you go get? Snoop Doggy? We'll just play Silent Clearing and pass. Two for one. Yeah, I can understand that. See if they violin Snoop main phase here. They do not. Problem is, if they rip a discard spell, we're in a lot of trouble. Position's a decent rip. Yep. So they have Collective Brutality on top. Starfire and Kiki-Jiki in hand. I think we let them go to the draw step here before we bolt this thing. Got a little bit more information. So you're drawing a land too. So hand is Brutality, Kiki-Jiki. And a land coming off the top next turn. We're not in great shape, but we're not in terrible shape either. So they're going to be drawing Auntie's Hovel, or whatever that stupid land is. Do they brutality here? They pitch Kiki Jiki. So now we're both left with no resources. Ugh. It's not a terrible top deck, I suppose. I'm honestly surprised they pitched Kiki. Huh. There's a lot of cards off the top that would be decent for both players. Inquisition was moderately relevant for them here. Brutality is kind of whatever for us. It's a removal spell, sorcery speed removal spell, which isn't necessarily the best. But at least we have a clock in play. Yeah, white source wouldn't be terrible. Problem is we don't know if they drew a blank or if they have a snoop in hand. I think I'm just supposed to fire up Shambling Ben here. Feels like they have nothing. Alright. Nice to get a match win there. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Once again, if you're new to the stream, please consider giving us a follow as we're working our way towards affiliate. Here we are currently playing a Mardu Stoneblade deck featuring Pack Rat for Anthony Zolman, who is one of the viewers on my YouTube channel. And it's been an interesting list so far. We've played against two Jund decks, and we've played against a obviously Gabo's there. And as long as this doesn't run too late, I'm going to be doing a little bit of Legacy after this. So, I guess I'd like to play first. Chat. Sure, I'm gonna take a look. Let's take a look at our hand here. Collective Brutality, a bunch of interaction, and a partridge in a pear tree, otherwise known as Stoneforge Mystic. Hand seems like a keep. Pull a path or bolt if we absolutely have to here. It's going to be a very painful... Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Okay. What is it with us running into attrition mirrors when we're on attrition decks? Took Collective Brutality. What can I even read into that? Probably not much. Stoneforge, probably just grab Batter Skull here. Puts them at the test to have an answer. Are we legit up against Abzan? And we're actually going to untap with a Stoneforge Mystic? Wow. Okay. This might be rock. Why do I have Unburial Rites warning bells going off? Oh dear. Houston, we have a problem. Well, we are in the 1-2 bracket. I guess I missed the Devoted Druid Gristlebrand deck. Anyone see that one in the meta? Guess we should have played the fetch land, huh? Then I could have still acted Stoneforge this turn. We're in trouble. Can't even be mad, you know? It's just like... Got some Lotla Trolls. Got a Morsel Hoarder. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I legit don't even know what's happening here. Feel like we're gonna get Garroyosed again next turn. But what can we really do about it? 5. Okay. Ooze. Oh, they're in the Necrotic Ooze deck. Okay. Fortunately, that's a 4/3. Okay. 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 How does this keep happening? Hey K12, thanks for the follow. So, they're using Morsel Hoarder and Devoted Druid to keep doing this. So, I think this is an infinite combo, but we're going to force them to do it in response, I suppose. Neo Requine, thanks for the follow. Regenerate. Yep, so we're dead, right? So, I guess we let them do their thing. I definitely have not seen this combo coming. Turn a creature or land from your graveyard. They're a Garuda deck too? Ay. I'm normally well informed in the meta, but I don't normally run into these contraptions. Morsel Hoarder. Okay, ain't nobody with this What's up, K12? What's up, Neo Requine? How are you guys tonight? This morning? Wherever the heck it is where you are. I drew 7 cards. I'm presuming you can kill us from here. Yeah, sure. Whatever. East Texas, nice. So that's Central Time Zone still, isn't it? Has anybody seen this this pile we're facing off against? Okay. Well, there's the win, I think. Presuming is enough to kill us here. What a combo, what a combo. I was not ready for the Garuda, Necrotic Ooze, Baboriogamos, Garuda. This one was not on the... It's a Necrotic Ooze deck, basically, but it's doing some weird stuff for Necrotic Ooze. So... Well, somehow I don't think this one's on the sideboard again. Nope. Nope, didn't think so. Didn't think this one was on the sideboarding guide. So realistically, what do we want? Kaya's Guiles. It's slow, but it's graveyard hate. Ashiok's. It's again slow, but it's graveyard hate. Feels like this might be a Liliana out matchup. Really don't know what else we would board out here. We probably want our discard spells. Problem is they probably have Veil post board, so their concoction's going to get even better against us. We really don't want to freely be putting cards in the graveyard with Liliana, so I think it's just Liliana out here. I could see arguments for bringing in Kemball because they do have a good amount of spells. But I honestly don't know. Feels like from mana curve and whatever considerations, we just do this and... Yeah, the problem with Moon is they're just a green-black deck. So... yeah, we could, like, potentially... get them, but we're definitely keeping this hand. It's got a Pack Rat, which is a quick clock, and an Unearth to buy it back, so... Moon would definitely be a consideration, but I don't know how good it legitimately would be. We'll have to pay closer attention to their mana this game. We're going to get Inquisitioned. So either way, we're going to have to play a Pack Rat next turn. And this is the first time we've actually drawn Unearth this entire league so far. Take Unearth. Okay. They clearly don't respect the Pack Rat. How dare they trifle with our master Pack Rat. Or they just have a removal spell and they just don't care. Don't think we Thoughtseize here. We just get the rat down and go to town. Make them respect the rat. Neo, is this your deck? Trophy the rat. Okay. What land do we actually want here? Guess we just get the white source. Thoughts it is. Hopefully your hand isn't like Gristlebrand. Hand is Veil of Summer, Goryo's Vengeance, and Boborio Gamos. Ah. Anthony sneaking in here, being all quiet like, I see how it is. I see how it is. So they have a Veil and a Boborio Gamos. That is a card. I see. Sure. So we know they have a Veil in hand. Once again, don't even want them remotely thinking about Blood Moon right now. Not a time we can stand to flood, really. We obviously kept that hand on the back of Pack Rat and Unearth, and they just were able to fight through it. Just funny, because I didn't figure their deck would go for an attrition game plan. Seems a little weird against the... Unless they have like a fair game plan in post-board configs. Just seems weird. Getting another red source here in case we draw Croxa. This card isn't even good right now. I mean, we could have taken Veil, but I just don't want them having a Goryo's Vengeance in hand. Just felt too dangerous. Maybe they're on the hard cast there. Gristlebrand plan. Once again, could hold... Maybe I should be holding the extra lands in hands for rats. Yeah, I probably should have held that land in hand for a rat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have a Veil of Summer and one unknown. Necrotic Ooze. Okay. We just bolt this out of principle. Of all creature cards in all graveyards. Who do we even mill at this point? I guess we mill ourselves. Hoping to hit a Croxa. I think we're just gonna die to the 4/3s copying themselves. Oh man. We have been shown the power of the pack rat by our opponent. Ay, 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 ay. Let's minimize our life loss as much as possible here. Opponent does have trophy, but at this point, if they trophy us, we can definitely cast everything in our deck anyway. So either way, I think we're dying to the army of 4/3s. I guess we were supposed to board out the pack rats. We don't even have a sweeper in right now, unfortunately. No. I think we can safely pack it up, pack it in here. Morsel Hoarder Devoted Druid. Good combo to know about. Wow. At Q12, I hope you're getting your money's worth. 2 Juns, a Gabos, and a Garoya's Vengeance, Garuda, Necrotic Ooze, Devoted Druid, Morsel Hoarder, apparently Pack Rat deck too, for funsies. Oh, jeez. Again, doing this because it makes it easier for chat to be seen on Twitch until I can figure that little bugaboo out. This hand seems like a keep, doesn't it? Very reactive, obviously, but seems solid enough overall. Okay, so Crabvine? Yeah, looks like Crabvine. You said it's not even a rat deck. You dirty rat, you stole my pack rat. At least this deck's on the sideboard guide, the last one wasn't. How dare you be underprepared for the Morsel Hordo combo deck. Oh my. Oh my. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Oh, what happened in your league? Well, I got crabbed. Well, let's see. 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 13 power on turn 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 power on turn 2. Yep, seems pretty good. Play on. Okay. Another glimpse? Sure. Creeping Chill. Why the heck not? Oh, my. And they can bring back one Gravecrawler. So if they have another creature, we're dead here. Apparently they just don't. So we path 1, bolt 1, but then they get to play Gravecrawler next turn and bring it back. But, I mean... This game's already effectively over, but I'm just playing for a little bit of information. Like, we get to Lingering Souls here, which can chump a couple other idiots, but... Oh, they get Silver Smoot. Never mind. Yeah. I think we don't need to show them any more information. Three Thoughtseize, 3 Liliana. Seems reasonable. Bring in the Angers. Bring in the Guiles. Bring in the Ashioks. Had a little bit more room, there would certainly be an argument for a moon or two on the play. Definitely not on the draw, though. I think they just get established too quickly for that anyway. But it's certainly a card that can lock them out of the game, potentially, because they don't play a ton of basics in their deck because of the mana requirements for the Sultai configuration to be able to cast Vengevines. Q12, is this a keep or not? This feels kind of borderline. Like, if they have a slow draw, the Ashiok could certainly help. But I honestly don't know, because otherwise we're not doing anything until turn 3. Other than maybe pathing something. You think it's a keep? Alright, we'll try it. Not planning on pathing anything on 1, so... I mean, it seems fine against their mediocre draws. We're going to get blitzed if they're on a fast draw, though. But then again, I suppose we really don't beat their fast draws without an Anger of the Gods, huh? So... So they're going to get the Silver Smoot back. Which fortunately for us doesn't trigger the amalgams until will be our end step. So we're going to get to exile their graveyard. Do we mill ourselves or do we mill them? Looking for a Croxa. I feel like we're supposed to mill ourselves here. Like, I don't think we're going to have enough power in the Ashioks to mill them out. Although it certainly could be a win con. Like, mill them, cast Lingering Souls, defend the Ashiok. Yeah, I decided to mill them. Might have been incorrect. I think next turn we get to go Souls plus... I guess because we have... Prevents Narco and Creeping Chill. Either way, Narco and Creeping Chills are prevented, because the Exile Clause goes into effect before their spells are able to... The effects go on the stack, but then they're gone before they can resolve. Yeah, it's kind of like when you're dredging, the effects all go on the stack, but they don't resolve until the card draws resolve, basically. Assassin Trophy would be pretty bad here. Abrupt Decay, great. They have another Glimpse. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. They did not hit a silversmith, though. Sometimes it pays to top deck like a champ. Anger would be reasonable. We might, if they can't answer this Ashiok, we might be able to fight through what they already have. Depends on what they play post board here. Silver Smoot. Okay. Souls plus Path. That requires 2 mana to do, right? Can you feel the magic? Why would you mill yourself? I don't understand why you would mill yourself there. Wow, 10 viewers. Doing good tonight. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. This will be our final game of Modern. It's getting too late to try to do the legacy stuff, but I was hoping to get to it. But it's been a very interesting league with your deck Q12. So, I want to thank you for hanging out tonight. Deck's been fun. Now let's hope for a good draw, and our opponent doesn't have such a good draw this game. Begins the game with 7 cards. So what do you think about this hand? Alright, this hand's much better. Putting back one of the Ashioks, or are we putting back the one of the Guile? The Guile. I feel like they put back one of the Ashioks. Could our opponent not have a turn one way to mill themselves? Oh, they're just going to Thoughtseize this. Sure. Probably take Ashiok here, I'd presume. Take Stoneforge Mystic. Aight. Would have been funny if we would have ripped, whatchamacallit there. Opponent's got crabs. And a fetch land to go with those crabs. Force of negation? My lord. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, please cover your eyes, because the next turn is probably going to be ugly. Alright, there's a creeping chill. There's a Narcomoeba. Back an Amalgam. And if they have creatures to cast, we're going to get Holy Vengevine. Oh wait, they have 2 Gravecrawlers they can cast. So we're dead. Pretty much. We have like 1 turn to rip a Anger. It's Vengevine, it's Vengevine. Here he comes with his friends. And just remember, these cards used to be legal with Hogak. Anger of the gods, one time, please. Pack rat. So that was only 2, 4, 5, 6, 10, 14, 18 power on turn 3? No biggie, we got this. Disappointing. But, what can we do here? How do we go out in style? Show them we have the Ashiok. Oh, they already knew about the Ashiok. Yeah, not worth it. So couple questions and a couple comments, Q12. So, why path over push? And I think that's the first, might be the only question I really have, other than like looking at the sideboard, like almost everything in the sideboard's a 3 casting cost or higher. And I understand you want a lot of high impact cards in the sideboard, but it feels like that might be a minor oversight with the sideboard being such a high CMC. But overall, unfortunately, Pack Rat shined in our opponent's decks. Fair enough. I was just curious what the particulars were behind that. But yeah, every other card got a chance to shine in the deck. Like, the only card that really, like, kind of continues to really be is the 4 copies of Liliana. Like, 3 seems to be about the correct number in any of these, like, mid-range piles. Oh, it's not his deck? You guys are confusing me. Oh, man. Yeah, it feels like a lily needs to be trimmed. But I honestly don't know what you'd put in that slot. Like, these mid-range piles have just felt awkward. These mid-range piles have definitely felt awkward, I think is the best way I can put it. Like, what is the difference between these mid-range Stoneblade piles or, like, mid-range Jund Luris and the Death Shadow decks? Why do the Death Shadow, at least in my hands, why do the Death Shadow decks seem to perform better than the mid-rangey, a little bit bigger than the Death Shadow decks? I don't know if it's just the aggression, the matchups we're hitting. Like, I'm hitting an absurd amount of mid-range mirrors whenever I'm playing these mid-range piles. Like, last night I played 3 blue decks, 2 of which were Uro and then 2 Etron. And then tonight I played Jund, Gabos, Garuda, Necrotic Ooze pile, and Crabvine. So the matchups certainly have been very weird. Like, you haven't been running, like, Gruul or Burn or Humans or, you know... Well, I really like the one of Luris in the 4-color Traverse Shadow deck. That made a lot of sense to me. But, like, Luris and Jund just doesn't seem good right now. And this deck, I liked a lot of what this deck had going on, but it still had a lot of that mid-range clunk. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but just feels like these mid-range decks that are like a lot of 3 and 4 mana spells are just, you either have the hammers or you kind of whatever. And like Lingering Souls was huge this league. It was trash last night. Granted, we did get hit by a Maelstrom Pulse that blew us out, or a Plague Engineer that hurt us really badly in the one thing against Jund. I don't know. This deck was sweet. Like, I'm not... Yeah, the curve stays the same if you do that, but you also can alleviate some of the flood screw problems if you go that route. You know, and you can even set up your Unearth to bring back a Pack Rat or a whatever a little bit more. I don't know. I honestly wonder if just Lingering Souls, its time has come and gone with the addition of Seasoned Pyro to the format. Or maybe just like having some split like the old Mardu Pyromancer decks used to have. I really don't know. But anyways, Anthony, this deck was a blast to play. And I wish I could have gotten to some of Foz's Legacy deck tonight, but this is just pushing too late as is. So I have to be up for work at 11, so... I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. I want to thank Anthony for his donation deck. 9, 10, 11 viewers most of the night. That's been amazing. Thanks to everybody. Hopefully we'll soon be at Affiliate. And I will be back tomorrow night with some style of deck. I'm not quite sure what. Probably won't be another Stoneblade deck. But this deck was a blast to play, even if the meta doesn't feel... At least the Magic Online meta doesn't necessarily feel the best at 2:30 in the morning, at least, for the deck. But, yeah. Deck's very powerful. It just... I don't know. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Grixis Death Shadow, please. We will see. Grixis Death Shadow requires a lot of thinking at 2 or 3 in the morning. Especially on a non-day off. But I will consider it. Good night.